today. And he moves this one. Takes the kick out of play.
It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Yeah. Hustle, loyalty, respect, a legend. He never kill it. Coming in the hustle, loyalty, respect, a legend. He never kill it. Coming in the air. This moment happens once in a lifetime. My heart pumping, adrenaline pipeline. Right mind, right frame, right life, right game. Our time, walk tall, never slip, never fall. Win it all, never quit. Stand proud, never sit. Here it is, do or die. One chance, let it fly. Fourth quarter, bottom line. Gold water, time to shine. Time is mine, believe it, baby. Champions here, they need it, baby. I got enough bravado, don't need no lucky lotto. I eat your face like Tyson when he had the motto. This is my chance to shine in front of millions and seen it back in the building. Deal with it. Hustle, loyalty, respect, a legend.
Hey, dumbasses. Court is now in session. The Honorable and Dishonorable Judge Captain Ron presiding. Sit your asses down because we got a lot to go through and a little time to do it. It's obvious that everybody is still a little bit perturbed about what happened this past Sunday at the Super Bowl because people are still wanting San Francisco to hoist up the trophy and be the best team in the league, and they just gotta get over it. Because what the bottom line is that it has finally happened. The end has arrived. The Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl 34-31 in one impressive show. They dominated the entire first half, and San Francisco dominated the second half to the point. Now, if it wasn't for the Shield sitting here interfering and blacking out the entire dome for at least a good 45 minutes, we probably would have sat here and been talking about a blowout. Thankfully, it wasn't a blowout, which means that Team TLC, is 4-1 in Super Bowl victories, and on top of all that, it's going to get a lot funner from here on out. No regrets, no drawbacks, no withdrawals. We are back. That being said, it's good to see Ed Reed and Ray Lewis go out with a bang. Pretty sure Ed Reed has been contemplating retirement but hasn't gotten there yet. But it's only going to get funner after this, so let's just roll with it. Now that football season is over, now you can focus on the indoor football season. The Colorado Ice all reported to training camp this week, and the season should be starting up in just a couple of weeks with a preseason game coming up at the Budweiser Event Center. Tickets are on sale for that as well. Now, for all you WWE fans who are in northern Colorado, tickets are still available for the First Bank Center showing on Saturday, March the 9th, and the BEC showing on March the 10th. Rumor has it that John Cena and Ryback and CM Punk will all be in the house, and also the Shield. Now, with this fallout from Elimination Chamber obviously going to be right in our radar, it's pretty sure to know that things are going to get interesting in the world of WWE, especially with the fact of The Rock, the Shield, CM Punk, John Cena, all in this big party, and it's going to be a lot interesting heading into the chamber in just a couple of weeks. TNA actually had a better showing this week than WWE, no matter what anybody honestly says, because the fans actually enjoyed the show in Manchester, England, as opposed to the fans in Atlanta who didn't really jump up and celebrate until Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus hit the ring at the end of the show. That's just the way it works. Oh well, life happens. But there's going to be more in store for everybody. We all know pretty much what's been happening. This past Tuesday night, my friends over at WCC hosted a show called Overload, touching on the subject of Chris Benoit. Now, let's just be honest about this one. This Chris Benoit subject has been a very touchy one for everybody. Everybody in WWE, everybody formerly of WCW, everybody formerly of ECW, and including everybody in TNA. Problem is that this is the big issue. Should Chris Benoit be into the Hall of Fame despite what he did? Who knows? He may never be in the WWE Hall of Fame. He may get a pass, but he does not deserve to be touted as a killer of people as opposed to everything. They want to induct the professional career of Chris Benoit, not the personal life of Chris Benoit. And the biggest problem is that there are some certain individuals, I'm looking straight at you, Harvey, that feel like basically you can't say anything good about Chris Benoit, person, wrestler, or otherwise. And when the topic came up of whether we should do an honorary induction of Nancy and Daniel Benoit, the two victims of Chris Benoit's illicit trauma, apparently that was a bad thing too. So there's no way to sit here and actually combat him. He will pretty much be right no matter what he does. He's kind of like somebody else we know, this guy. So that's pretty much a lost cause in that one. But we're not going to sit here and beat a dead horse. I did that in my marriage long enough to know that sooner or later you gotta stop. That being said, it's good to see Ray Lewis go out with a bang. And granted, everybody's going to tarnish and destroy pretty much what happened on Sunday. Everybody obviously already started with the infamous reaction of Joe Flacco after he won his very first Super Bowl, saying that it was, quote, fucking awesome. And of course, parents were pissed off about it. Here's a newsflash for you idiots. If you're going to have a problem with an athlete literally sitting here showing his appreciation for winning the first ever Super Bowl and apparently having to keep it clean when he doesn't even know he knows the cameras are rolling. He knows the cameras are around. He doesn't matter. It's Super Bowl. It's pretty much the best feeling you can ever have is when you win your first world championship. So you're not going to sit here and clean it up just because of the fact that some parents decide to sit here and let their kids watch a game where basically violence is almost enforced. The shoving, the pushing, the hitting, it's kind of pretty much like Fight Club. Fight Club with shoulder pads and an oval-shaped pigskin. But yet, you still found a way to sit here and tarnish the Super Bowl by saying, well, Ray Lewis won it. I guess it is true that crime does pay. Or Joe Flacco dropped an F-bomb on national TV. Shut the fuck up about that shit already. It's done. The Baltimore Ravens deserved this one. I mean, pretty much when it came down to it, now when you look at the big picture of it, Ray Lewis is now officially retired. And Ed Reed most likely will be following suit, and both of these guys will most likely be in the Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter what we did. It doesn't matter what happened. It's over. It's done with. You move on from it. But unfortunately, there are some people out there that pretty much live with the past right there in the rearview mirror and always stop to go in reverse. Well, that ends now. My biggest gripe as far as this week is gone is the fact that pretty much we still got to rely on Taz to sit here and open his mouth about anything. I'm sorry, but can we mute this fat bastard already? I cannot stand the very thought, the very concept. He's pretty much more annoying than Michael Cole, and these two used to work together for a very long time. I'm tired of hearing about this whole Aces and Eights thing. I love the storyline, but I like to hear more of Aces and Eights than I would about basically their nice little company parrot Taz run his mouth about anything and everything. But that's just the way it works. So I guess we're going to be stuck with hearing about Taz till somebody decides to grow some balls and knock the shit out of them. But we're probably not going to get that anytime soon either. Speaking of basically knocking the shit out of somebody, just as we predicted, the Shield will face John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus at the Elimination Chamber. Unfortunately, somebody hasn't actually taken the big break of it, and it's only given us one Elimination Chamber match at the very pay-per-view of this name. And the funny part about the whole damn thing is that now we actually are getting the returns of several other former world champions, including last week Jack Swagger and this past Monday night the world's strongest man Mark Henry, which is perfect timing on their parts. But now this kind of brings up the big question: will Christian follow suit? Many speculation about that one as well. We have not confirmed yet if The Undertaker is indeed out of WrestleMania 29, but we're pretty sure that when it comes down to it, with 2 spots left, we may just see the dead man return at Elimination Chamber. We may even see him come back the day after Elimination Chamber. Here's what we do know. CM Punk is still a whiny little bitch. He's still griping about being the second best in the world right now because that title now belongs to The Rock. And of course, everybody's pissed off about basically The Rock coming in to beat CM Punk, and they got good reason. John Cena, Chris Jericho, Ryback, Big Show, all these guys, including Dolph Ziggler, could not defeat CM Punk. And yet, for somehow, some way, The Rock is the man who had enough stroke to actually get it done. Now, The Rock's busted his ass his entire career, so we're not going to hold it against The Rock. But we are going to do something a little bit bigger. We are going to say flat out that things are about to change everywhere. So let's just get ready, strap in, and prepare for a wild ride, because there's no telling how deep this is going to get. There's no telling how bad this is going to get. But we do know that there's a lot of people who are going to be wondering what happens next, including me. So this has been basically the whole thing. Judge rules in favor of the Baltimore Ravens. Also rules in favor of the Elimination Chamber, and above all else, rules in favor of some serious shit needing to change. I told you guys I was going to be taking stock, and we're just getting warmed up. This won't be the last time you hear from me. It definitely ain't the first. So, who's next on the docket? Well, that comes next week. It will be TLC versus Bleacher Brothers, finally sitting here and actually getting it all out in the open, so that everybody knows exactly what led to the downfall of one of the best sports sites in the history of time. So this has been Judge Captain. Court is adjourned for now. We will see you guys next week on TLC. We're adjourned.
I've always been told that I'm too small, I'm not big enough, I'm not fast enough, I don't have what it takes. I prepare so no one can take what is mine. No one can replace my mind, my heart. To be the best and stay there, sweat is necessary. I'm older, of course I'm older. That's the beauty of it. 16 years plus. Different level of wisdom, different level of understanding, different level of punishment. I want to live long after my records have fallen, long after my rings have tarnished. And whatever you got to do to make sure you chase your legacy every second of your life. Will you be remembered? How would you be remembered? Why wouldn't you fight for the greatest achievement ever? Leave your mark to endure